Today we're talking about 5 newbie mistakes in fix and flips.
Yes.
Now this can turn your fix and flip into a fix and flop.
A fix and flop. Welcome to the closing table with the Money Guys, Sidney Young and Jared Parrish. This episode is being brought to you by Allura Financial, AlluraFinancial.com, your source for real estate investment funding. Now, presenting the Money Guys. Hello. My name's Sidney Young.
And Jared Parrish.
We are the Money Guys. We got
Yo money.
Now, we're going to talk about some serious stuff today, but before we get that, this show's been brought to you by Allura Financial, AlluraFinancial.com. Now, check this out. We all know Dr. Phil from TV.
Do we?
We know Jared.
But do we really know him?
We know Jared does these impressions. So, if you ever watch the Saturday Night Live skit with Dr. Phil Will Ferrell, you will be crying. It's hilarious.
Oh, my favorite one is, our children are not toys. We do not play with them.
Now, how does that make you feel?
Right. I hear you cry for help.
You cannot put a biscuit in a pan and expect to get bacon. God dang right. His analogies kill me.
Oh, they're good, especially the Will Ferrell analogy.
Oh yeah,
those were awesome.
That was incredible. Google Will Ferrell, Dr. Phil. If
you
you
will
want to
not
laugh,
regret it.
It'll wake you up, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, we do stupid things during our downtime here, as you can tell.
Hey, everybody needs a break.
You know?
I mean, a biscuit can only take so much butter. We're stupid, and we're not ashamed of it. So.
But one of the things we do at Allura Financial is we do a lot of things. We do buy and holds for people looking at property that want to buy it and keep it and rent it out. Mm-hmm. We do people have their property. I need some cash,
Right.
so we'll cash them out of their property.
Right.
And they keep the property and have cash.
Mm-hmm.
We take people that have issues in life and say, I just want to sell my home, get rid of it for me, and we buy the house and turn around and sell it.
Yep.
We also
There's some wheelers and dealers.
do Dr. Phil impersonations. But when it comes to real estate,
the dueling fills.
When it comes to real estate, we have a wide variety in things we do. We also, for free, I don't know why we do it for free, but we educate a lot of people about real estate for free as well.
We do it for free because karma's a real thing, and we need all the karma.
Dude, I love caramel, especially on the apple.
Right,
Oh, man.
You warm it up a little bit.
Oh,
That's good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, an apple is only good
If the doctor is away.
I don't know Dr. Phil impressions. But one of the things that we specialize in as well, nationwide. We're located in downtown Houston. See the people behind us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See all the homeless back there?
Yeah, we've had a lot of issues with homeless people here.
Yeah, it's been bad.
But
it's sad. We make fun of it, but I mean, it really is. It's sad. And a lot of it's related to
I'm sitting at my
mental
desk.
health.
I'm eating pizza for lunch, and I got a homeless guy sitting out there 2 feet from me. The only thing separate is this glass wall behind me. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I wanted to walk out there and give him some pizza.
But you didn't because you're a prick.
No, I didn't because the only pizza left was your half.
Hey, and that was a needed half, I'll tell you that.
So he was out in the city today, and so half the pizza was his, so I didn't eat that half, left for him. But the homeless guy was there. I felt like Jared wouldn't mind me giving it to him.
Nope.
So,
I mean, Lord knows I could use to miss a few meals.
You only miss a meal when a meal misses you, right, Robin?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. And full disclosure, love Dr. Phil.
Love Dr. Phil.
He's awesome.
So one of the things we specialize in nationwide are fix and flip properties.
And today, that's what we're talking about.
That's right. How to flop your flip.
Yeah, so today we're talking about 5 newbie mistakes in fix and flips.
Yes.
Now this can turn your fix and flip into a fix and flop.
A fix and flop.
And no one likes a floppy fix.
Mm-mm.
It needs to be
Why
fixed.
you look at me when you say that? What the fuck?
It's because we went to the doctor yesterday. That's why.
Doctor told me, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I went to the VA yesterday, 'cause I'm a veteran. Did my yearly checkup. The same doctor, Dr. Joseph, wonderful person. I get in there, sit down. She says, "Oh, you look better than last time I saw you." Well, first, as I'm walking through the thing, she says, "How you doing?" I said, "No, you're a doc. You tell me how am I doing." We get in there.
Now, what's bad is when they ask you how you doing, and you say, "Oh, I'm doing great," and they're like, "You sure?" You don't hear that in the doctor's office.
But it turned out she told me quit wasting her time. She has to deal with sick people and not healthy people. Said I qualify as the most healthiest person they've seen walk through that door in years.
I have a hard time believing that, but you know what? I'm great that she told you that. But
She
that
did.
made you feel good.
It did. Anyway, that's my story.
No more no finger up the butt that day.
No finger to butt.
Well, that's good, and that's a good thing.
Hey, and does a female doctor do that to a male?
Why not? They're not going to discriminate.
Okay. Would you rather have a female doctor than a male?
I don't know. I don't want a male doctor that's been in the Super Bowl. Taking off that big Super Bowl ring before he does it. Moon River.
Would it make you feel more awkward with a female?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation before.
I never thought about that till now. I think I would feel more awkward with a female than I would a male. And I'm a straight man. Nothing wrong not being straight, but I'm straight.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
We don't even love each other.
No, we really don't.
No, don't.
No, but I don't know. I mean, do you get to try them out first? I mean, it's like get a line of doctors. Will y'all warm your hands, please?
Let me see yours. No, your nails need trimming. You. Okay,
you need a manicure, okay?
I don't know.
Oh,
and
man.
then when I've had it done before. It didn't happen yesterday. I've had it done before, and it's awkward because there ain't no one else in the room but you and the doctor. They don't bring an audience in.
Yeah.
All right, let me see it here. You see that? That's what I'm talking.
Yeah. And you know how they do that little psychological experiment with people? They say, if you tell someone not to think of something, that's all they can think about. Like if I tell you, don't think of pink elephants, that's the one thing that pops in your head.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing in that scenario when they tell you to relax. That's like the last thing you do.
But if you've got a female doctor, you're going to God dang.
You're probably going to man up a little bit.
You're going to see the jewels.
You're probably going to man up a little bit, though.
Oh, of course
like,
you are.
that don't hurt.
Tell hey, do you
I
mind
can take it.
Can you leave the room for just like a minute and let me warm up a little bit here? It's a little chilly in here,
I was in a pool.
It's cold in here, all right?
This isn't normal, okay?
Anyway.
Oh, man.
Back to flops.
So back to flops. All right. So with Fix It Flips, where to start? The first best piece of advice is to limit your financial risk and maximize your potential return.
Yeah.
That's the idea of it, right? So put simply, don't pay too much for your home, and make sure you also know how much the necessary repairs are or upgrades are going to cost before you buy it. Having that information can then figure an ideal purchase price, which is what you really, this is a numbers thing. Mm. You can't get emotional when you're buying it for profit. If you're buying it for your personal self, if you're like, oh my God, I just love this neighborhood, or I love that view, or whatever else, then you can get a little emotional because it's a different value. You've got an emotional value versus an actual physical value. Mm-hmm. With this one, this is profit, so follow the numbers. If the numbers don't make sense, walk.
From the lender side, what you just talked about, when somebody talks to us about a fix and flip, we're doing a $300,000 fix and flip, and I get a rehab budget of $10,000. Man, my skeptical penalty flag goes on the field.
On a $300,000 house, that won't even redo the kitchen.
Yeah. And so it makes you think they're over-admitting on a lot of stuff, which we're going to send an inspector and find out about anyway.
So all you have to do is landscaping.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, when you're doing your rehab budget for these projects, if you don't know what's right, get a professional company to do it.
Yeah, that's some of the things that we're gonna talk about in this, and just to kind of start out. Everyone needs to know the 70% rule. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the 70% rule states that as an investor, you should pay no more than 70% of the after repair value minus the necessary repairs. Okay, so as an example, if the home's after repair value is $150,000 and it needs $25,000 in repairs, If you use the 70% rule, then you should be paying no more than $80,000 for the home. So that's $150,000 times 70% is $105,000. Take away $25,000. There you go. You got $80,000. If you follow the 80% rule and you're actually getting real rehab budgets done, you shouldn't lose using this rule. This should protect you every time. But so often we'll see people and they're getting chintzy on the rehab budget because they just really want to buy this house.
Well, you know what happens a lot? Their numbers that they put in as their ARV, when we ask for comps, it's just not there.
Yeah, all the comps in the area are like 220, 230, 240, and they're like, oh no, this one is.
And they got it under contract already, and so you go, dude, where the comps that you
We
got
had someone actually put something under contract for $300,000, expecting this to have an after repair value of $600,000. All the comps after repair value in the area were $275. I said, you're already spending $25,000 more than what it's going to be worth when you're finished. He's like, well, that's impossible. I said, no, it's very possible. You're buying in a terrible area.
We verify comps. I mean, we don't take a. We'll ask the client,
is actually
we're trying to help them out.
Yeah, going on with what you're saying, we do that, and that's actually a big benefit and a big selling point for me.
Yeah.
To work with a lender.
Yeah.
Even if you have the cash, if you work with a lender, you've got more eyes on it and more people that could tell you that this is going to work or it's not.
Unlike a Lure Financial, some lender, some rookie guy works for a private lender, gets the deal in. Oh man, he's all excited. All he does is submit it. They send you a link to pay for an appraisal, $500-$600 out of your pocket. You pay for the appraisal, then you find out there's no comps and your comps are crap. We will at least look before you even spend a dime.
Yeah, but we've also seen it go the other way too.
Oh yeah,
someone thinking that it's a $300,000 after repair value, and when it comes back, it's more in the 400s.
Dude, that last one I did came in at 125 on the appraisal. The client said no, it's 160. Our fund, who's extremely tight, even disagreed with the appraisal and bumped up to 155.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. So anyway, 5 newbie mistakes in fix and flips. So number 1, not enough money. We've seen this before.
You mean in the bank?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have enough money.
Yeah.
So research your financing options, okay? Don't use 100% of your savings. If you've got $70,000 in your savings account and it's going to cost you $70,000 just to close on the house,
you're broke.
Don't do it.
What's the solution? You already know it.
Buy a cheaper house.
Well, buy a cheaper. Okay.
That's an easy solution.
But let's say you want that deal. You add someone to your operating agreement, LLC.
And you joint venture.
You joint venture.
Yeah. So research your financing options. Don't use 100% of your savings. You can look into a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. So if you're an individual investor, you're not working. I mean, you're planning on doing maybe 1, maybe 2 flips a year, just kind of as a part-time thing. You want to supplement your income. You can look at a home equity line of credit and use that money instead of dipping completely into your savings, and you will be able to write off the interest on that.
Or maybe it's a either very friendly or family deal you're buying the house from. Mm-hmm. Then maybe you can convince them into holding a second for you. Yeah,
you could do that. Yeah. Also, check your credit. The better the credit you have, the cheaper you can get your loans. The better your terms can be. You can get a much higher loan to value ratio. So make sure you check your credit. Make sure that's constantly improving, and know that you will still need money, even if you're using hard money lenders.
Yep.
Everyone thinks that just because we're going hard money, hey, I don't have to put any money out of pocket.
Wrong.
Could they be any more wrong? Mm-hmm. So you're always going to need that money.
And the only person out there that gives you 100% financing is mom and dad. You get a lender that says, I'll give you 100% financing. I've seen, it's 100% finance as long as all the numbers fall below 70% of your ARV. Well, even then, you still don't have 100% finance. You got to pay closing costs.
Right. And also keep in mind, after your closing costs, after everything as far as the amount of money to buy the house. So not everyone is familiar with a draw system. For if you're using hard money or if you're using a fix and flip loan, you're going to have a draw for the remodeling budget on the home. That means that when your first portion is done, then they'll reimburse you for that. You could just kind of take it out piece by piece. So when you do close, you want to make sure that you're going to have roughly 20 to 25% of your repair budget in cash in the bank, because you're going to need that to start your remodeling. Okay,
that's true.
Or you can research different general contractors that work with a draw.
True.
So this way they're carrying a little bit more of the load.
True.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have anything to add as far as not enough money?
No, two things. Credit is not always needed in fix and flips. It just depends on which fund we use.
It's not always needed, but you can get a much better deal if you have the credit.
You can get a much better deal. And if you decide that this is a property, for whatever reason you can't flip it, if you have decent credit, we can put it into a long-term loan. Mm-hmm. So credit's important in there.
Yeah.
The other thing is, man, one of the things I do, I'm cynical now. I'm so tired of people lying to me. I need too much bank statements. Before we move further, I need you to fill out this one-page loan.
That's one thing that we're doing is we're gonna check to make sure you have the money to close. We don't want to put in all the work, to put in all the documents, to get everything prepared, to get you all the way up to closing, and we say, hey, you're gonna need $43,000 to close,
and you tell me you got it.
Mm-hmm. And then it turns out that you got $1,200.
And my dumb ass calls my hedge fund and he says, I'll fund this deal, get it to me. So I'm sending them pieces by pieces, first whole package. And then when I tell you, hey, I need your bank statement to show the $43,000.
Yeah, they're like, we're still waiting on bank statements.
I'm waiting to put my 43 in there. It'll be about 6 years before I get it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke. We've heard every story out there. God bless.
I don't submit anything until I have everything now.
Yeah. So number 2 mistake, not enough time.
What do you mean?
So whether it be you don't have enough time to close, or you're not budgeting enough time to get the repairs done.
Okay, on the first one, not enough time to close. I get that deal where a guy says he got the deal of the century, the 100% financing program. Then he finds out just for closing it's not 100% financing, and now this contract.
They're like, yeah, we can finance 100% of the rehab budget.
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets home to me on a Wednesday and says they lied to me. My time's up on Friday. Can you close me by Friday, dude? I don't know.
Yeah, no. You need to make sure you set. The bottom line as far as mistake number 2 is, you have to set realistic expectations for yourself. So for one, with enough time, use real contractors. Mm-hmm. Use a general contractor. Yeah. Don't use buddies. Yeah. The buddy system sucks.
Hey, you know what time it is? It's time for one of these defunct commercials. We'll be right back.
Great gifts at low, very low prices. Come to Fry's, your electronic wonderland. Shop Fry's first for the best selection on anything and everything you'll want for the holidays. This Pacer USB mobile drive is now at the Fry's low price of $59.99. Get this full-function Nico F-150 Harley-Davidson RC truck for only $24.99. This full-featured Panasonic DVD player is only $699. Remember, your best holiday buys are always at Fry's. Guaranteed.
Don't they wish they had more time? Let's close there, Money Guys. We're talking about fix and flops.
Yes. Mistakes in your fix and flip. So like I said, not enough time. You want to make sure that you're using real contractors, not just buddies, because those guys can screw up. You want to make sure that the contractors you're using are the real deal, Holyfield, that they're licensed, bonded, and that you have the insurance set up. So that you want to make sure that they've been in your area in business for no less than 5 years. That's my rule. Make sure that you have done your inspections. I can't stress this enough.
That's right.
When you're buying one of these homes, you want to make sure that the house is at least solid. When you're looking at fix and flips, you do not want to buy a broken house.
And inspection, what, $200, $250? Yeah. It's not that expensive.
It's not bad, but you want to make sure that you're not buying a broken house. You're just buying an ugly house. Ugly houses you could fix and make pretty, but they're still solid. Okay, you don't have broken foundation, you don't have plumbing issues, you don't have electrical issues, you don't have a bunch of AC problems. It's a solid house. Ugly homes, you need some paint, new flooring, maybe move a wall around, redo the cabinets, redo the countertops. Voila, you just added $100,000 value onto the home and move on to the next one. You don't want a broken home.
Yeah.
Next on this is, where are you buying your materials and when are they going to get there? We've dealt with a few people where they went 3 months over budget because the materials didn't get there in time.
And today, if your lumber's delivered, you better stay out there and sleep on it.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of we've heard from a number of people who've had lumber stolen from their job sites. So that's being an issue. And then as far as timing is concerned, let's say you're really, really close to following your timeline as far as having the fix and everything done. Once it's done, use proper staging and realtors who can market the finished product. A lot of people, especially newbies, they think they can handle everything. I can be my own general contractor. I can be my own realtor. I'm going to finance this myself. I'm going to do everything because the greed bug sets in, and you're like, oh, I don't want to pay any. I could do this all myself. Well, you're taking too much on yourself, and if you're not an expert in all those different fields, you're going to screw up because ultimately you're hiring yourself. And when most people ask themselves, would I hire me to do that?
Hell no.
Hell no. So make sure you're using the right resources to get everything done in a timely manner. And just like I said, set reasonable expectations.
Yes.
Number 3, not enough skills.
I'm stupid.
Sometimes you have to acknowledge, this is probably one of your favorite things.
Uh-oh.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know when they tell you don't know, and you don't know. Now they know you don't know, and they know you don't know.
See? So with skills, don't veer away from joint ventures. Joint ventures can be good.
Yeah.
The more eyes that you have on a project, as far as the people that you trust who are experienced, can really help you a long way. Once again, use professionals for the rehab. Don't think that you can go in there and shabby chic your way through the whole rehab. Everything has to be done properly. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay someone to do it after you, and now you just paid twice for the same repair. Use professionals to market stage a property, general contractors, and make sure that they're licensed and bonded. That's important. Well, in Texas, you don't have to have a license to be a general contractor, but you
need the insurance.
But insurance, and you can be bonded.
Yeah.
And some people don't know what bonded is. Real quick, bonded is
means if they go to jail, they get out.
No, if they do a job, for instance, plumbing. Let's say you finish the job and the plumbing doesn't hold. Boom, you get a leak in the attic, pipes blowing water all over the place, and the company won't answer their phone. Okay, we've heard about different contractors that just take the money and you screw it. A bonded company, as long as you get a copy of it, you can call them and the bonded company will fix it and then charge the builder or the contractor, excuse me. So that's where that really does come into play. Talk and ask questions. You could talk to the neighbors if you're looking at buying a house. Know what's out there. The more questions you ask, the better. On your first several flips, have an open mind. Okay, talk to neighbors. Work with a mentor. Have someone help you through it. I know you've probably watched HGTV and you've seen Fix and Flop and House Flippers and all this other stuff, and you think that, man, I already know this. This is too easy. You're wrong. Okay, there's a lot of problems that you can come up against that you won't know how to squirrel your way out of. So work with someone. The more people
rehabbing is a little different when they start opening up walls. That's when you start to see problems you never budgeted for.
Or rotten floors, or rotten joists. Let's say you start pulling out some rotten sheetrock. You see black mold on top, and then you notice that the joists are all rotted.
And the roof springs a leak. It's had a leak for years. And now you got to replace insulation. You got to replace decking, all this stuff.
Yeah. So and once again, and this is where having a proper inspection, you'll see these things pop up before you notice them.
Okay? And before you put them on contract, you use it as a negotiating tool.
Exactly. So those are important. Number 4, not enough knowledge. So you want to check your values, know what you're buying, know your area, know your zoning. Some people think that we're going to build this big addition on the front of it. It's going to have this nice patio. We're going to put a swing where it's going to be very inviting. And the HOA says, nope, you can't put that there. All these houses have to be aligned. And it kind of ruins your whole rehab budget. Now you're like, well, how else am I going to make it look pretty? This house looks like a turd. So know what you're buying. And when you're trying to pull up values, check multiple sites. Don't just go to Zillow and be done. Go to Zillow. Check your appraisal district. Redfin. What else we got? Black Knight.
Yeah, who?
Black Knight. They actually do a lot of value for you. There's a lot of values out there, and also get free information from lenders and title companies. So if you're planning, and this is another benefit of financing your fix and flips instead of just trying to self-finance everything and saving money. Don't let the greed bug get you, because using the title companies and lenders, they're working on this deal with you. They want it to close, but they want to make sure that it's the right deal for you. And we could check values. We could check a lot of different things. We could check zoning, because actually we got an email today about zoning. So check the and also work with your peers. If get into the network of other real estate investors. Talk to them, because their experiences is something you can learn from. That makes sense.
Let's do
you have anything to add?
I do. But I'm waiting till we get done with Cinco.
Okay. All right. Number 5. Not enough patience. Professionals take their time. Huh?
You're a doctor?
Yes, I am. On TV. Professionals take their time and wait for the right property. Novices rush out by the first house that they see. Then they hire the first contractor who makes a bid on the job. And professionals don't. Professionals will either try to do a lot of the work themselves, rely on a network of prearranged, reliable contractors.
Just thinking about how much time it's going to take for hire someone to do that task versus you doing it every weekend. Sometimes it's just worth hiring somebody and getting over with.
Well, there's a lot of people when they get into this, this is a weekend job. This is, I'm going to go over there and try to knock this out at night. Man, or they're living in the flip home.
When you're at 12% interest on a loan, get in, get out.
Yeah, you want to be in and out like a 2-inch pecker.
Speaking of 2-inch peckers, it's time for another defunct commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, old bear here. Not that bear, this one. It's the greatest sale on earth this Sunday and Monday only at all Superior Waterbed showrooms. Free hot dogs, free Cokes, and a shower of savings on the world's largest selection of waterbeds. The greatest sale on earth Sunday and Monday only at Superior Waterbeds. You'll sleep like a baby on a Superior waterbed.
All right. They's gone bye-bye. No longer in business. We're talking about fix and flop.
Yeah, it's a deep.
Hey, I want to talk about something. Being prepared for a fix and flip deal. Let's talk about your LLC. You got to be in good standing with the state. You deal with that issue daily.
Oh, yes.
Tell them how that process takes place.
Well, every state has different rules and regulations for your LLC. You want to set up an LLC when you're doing fix and flip because you do want to have that limited liability. You don't want someone to be able to sue you directly after they purchased a home from you.
And most of the funds, if you don't do an LLC, they sue you as a rookie.
Yes, they really do. Because you want to set up a business. There's tax benefits to it. There's liability benefits to it. You could talk to an attorney and find out more details in your state on how an LLC can help your real estate investment business. But every state has their rules and regulations. For instance, in Texas, you have to pay franchise tax every year. It's around $1,000. By the way, we got to pay our franchise tax.
Yeah.
So franchise tax is needed. If you don't pay that, then they will cut off your LLC and it will be forfeited.
Yeah, or it's not in good standing for a long period of time, then forfeited. Correct. But if you go apply for a loan, can't get one if it's not in good standing.
Yeah, because it's like a dead person trying to apply for a loan. Ain't going to get it.
So your LLC, have your money in place. $200,000 fix and flip, you need about $30,000. Mm-hmm. So that on top, you got to show, you actually need about 40 because you need to have 10 grand still left to bank after you close.
Yeah. Ideally. And if you don't have it, joint venture.
Man,
find a partner.
The solution to everything. Joint venture with a partner. Today, because of the shortage of wholesale properties, there's so many people out there with money looking to still do real estate deals.
You know what? That's the funny thing that you mentioned that is we're getting calls all the time. Do you have any properties? No, we don't.
There's no inventory.
There's no inventory right now. The market is just,
crazy.
It's white hot. Yeah. It's already surpassed red hot, white hot.
But by the end of the year, it's going to come back.
Oh, no. It definitely is. But there's a lot of investors out there that are looking for deals. If you're a rookie, if you haven't done this, and this is your first one.
Team up with someone, man.
Team up with someone and learn from them. This is just
Call us. We love you.
Yes.
Remember, we love you.
We love.
We sometimes the pickle don't make it to the jar. All right, Dr. Phil.
Well, I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
This has been the Closing Table Money Guys. I'm Sidney Young.
And Jerry Parrish.
We're Money Guys. We got
your money.